Hey, what's going on, everybody? Checking in for our bi-weekly. We have to throw
Hey,
this
you
one together.
swole, bro.
Yeah, he big. He
And
big.
I
Hold
do
on.
nothing.
You gotta throw it.
Right?
Look, you gotta throw
Oh
that up.
man, you blow me up like that?
You gotta throw that
I
up.
ain't even get the
Hey,
tickets today.
hey, like I said, and we starting this out the gate live. You are the biggest little man I ever seen.
Hold on, let me turn this sideways.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, gotta go back to the solo. Oh, look at the veins.
Look at him.
Oh
Veins
man,
popping
come on.
out. Look at you.
Man, good grief. That man
I might as
looking
well get something. I'm only 5'2". Give me something. God gave me something.
hey, big things come in small packages. That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. It's all love, everybody. Hey, if you've been checking out our channel for a little bit, we like to have fun. What's going on, Vanna? Going on, Morphed, Frank? I mean, that's everybody's tapping in already. That's right.
They own it.
Don't miss a beat. This weekend we had to do a little restructuring, rescheduling. We had sick with it. He may still hop in. He had to deal with work, more pressing affairs, but he may jump in. We got Tim as always, the OG in the game, even though he don't like being referred to as the OG.
Everybody get tired of seeing me. They're like, "Damn, we'll do another live."
Hey, you know what?
Oh man,
I'm getting tired. We're gonna keep on bringing it. We're gonna keep.
I'm on the lives with them all the time.
Hey, you know what? But that's what it's about. We want to be able to show that it's unscripted. We may sometimes have lines, sometimes we don't, and we want to get up here and talk our thing and keep it as politically
Organic.
correct. Yeah, very, very organic. But how y'all day going so far? What's going on with y'all?
Man, I'm busy.
He said, "Man, I'm busy. What's busy? What you got going on that's busy?"
Man, me and you was rapping this morning. Yeah, we got up yesterday was female betting change, so we finally got from yesterday over to today. Finally got all the adults switched over, clean betting, new tubs, and then after that was rodents. Did the rodents, and then started to do the hatchling for sale wall, but ran out of paper towels.
Gotcha. And it's we were talking briefly about betting, because I sent you some pictures. It's like, I thought you was switching. I'm like, oh, we still may be. I'm, here at Flawless or what we got going on, we're really not locked down to any specific substrate just yet. It's not like we've used a substrate and we're like, hey, we cannot live without this substrate. I haven't gotten that yet.
You're gonna like Cypress mulch. I'll tell you that right now. Once you get it in, you're gonna love it.
Have you started using it, Darren?
I used it back in the past, but it was hard to get into California.
Right. And that's always been the thing. And with Darren, I've been sending Darren different things, that I will see, and I will see Cypress blends. And he's like, no, don't do any Cypress blends. Do everything 100%, with just stuff that I will see because, and again, we try to keep things, as straightforward and transparent as possible. Us at Flawless, we have no interest in, what do you say? I guess retelling substrate. We just don't. We just got way too much stuff on the plate. I don't think that our trailer would be able to facilitate, tracking back and forth blocks and blocks of substrate to shows here and there. It just I don't see it being very beneficial for us. That being said,
doing Cypress mulch?
No, doing any of the cocos to the extent of doing it. You know what I'm saying? So where you keep some and you sell some. So for the most part, we're doing like a pallet a year or whatever for cocoa, where that may cost well over $1,000, for a pallet, and just for our personal use because we need it. And when I start looking at some of the numbers of being able to actually get Cypress mulch, 100% Cypress mulch in a pallet form, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, under $300.
That's the deal. That's a selling point for me. That's a no-brainer. Yes, that is such a savings.
A lot of people, not only does the price is a big thing, but it's also, if you're thinking about it, you know, so everybody's collection is different. So some people have the time allotted for it and everything like that. But if you're going through and you're watering and breaking down bricks, you're wasting time.
Mm-hmm.
Cypress is already ready. You open the bag, you're ready to go.
Right.
It's like opening a bag of chips.
With but the cocoa's not that bad. I think, you know, people just have some weak hands. I mean,
we used the cocoa for 6 years and it was fine. I loved it. Now the space, it definitely, you know, if you're getting a pallet, it definitely takes up a lot of room.
Mm-hmm.
But
if you have the room, well, this gonna take up room either way.
Yeah.
Cypress will probably take up more room, but when you consider
I think it will because of the layout. The layout is different, but at the same time, like I noticed, like when we were doing our adult tubs, a block of any type of cocoa or chip or whatever like that, like a block, we would get like maybe, I don't even know the original number, but I think it was like 10. If I'm doing 50/40s, it'd be like 10 tubs. If I'm doing, you know, the 55s, you're talking maybe 5 tubs, 6 tubs out of a block. Out of the Cypress, I'm getting more tub. Like I can expand one bag, more tubs. And the thing that, like, what I was telling people when we were selling cocoa, you know, coconut is it's a tricky product because it has to, like, you have to find your regimen of what works for you.
Right.
And like you guys, I know you both have used it before. So, you know, some water, you might use a gallon of water. Here in Maryland, I might use 3 gallons of water. So once you got to find that ratio and then you're good. But with Cypress, you don't have to do any of that.
See, and I think that's where for us, we haven't had all the experience yet with having to even deal with adding the water. Like for us, we may add a little water here and there, depending on where a snake may be in the rack or in the facility, but we put humidity into the air. So we don't really deal with humidity issues, you know. So it's like, hey, once I break it up, put it in there, and they have their cup of water in there, I can put, you know, 70%, 75% humidity in the air and never have to put extra water in, you know, water the cocoa down or anything. So I don't have the same issue. So I have to consider that, you know, which I don't think it would be different with Cypress either. It's just the cost. You know, the cost is literally, if you're paying for the same product 25% of what it will cost you, you got to start thinking, you know.
Yeah. And it also goes into like your that major overhead, right? So if you're spending, we'll just say $1,000 on a pallet of chip.
Right.
You're spending $1,000 on chip. If you can get a pallet of Cypress, which I believe is definitely more bags per pallet than BALLZ.
It is.
If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure it is. But if you're doing that, you're saying $350, you know, for a pallet of that. You still got $600-700 left over for overhead that you had already accounted in.
That's rodent feed or snake purchases. That's everything over the course.
Snake purchases. I'll buy another snake.
Yep.
Well, I mean, so like in my position, from what I was thinking is like, you know, like at the old house before we moved, I couldn't use Cypress for something about the room or whatever. It would dry out. I would get gnats crazy. So we were using coconut. Coconut never had a problem. Everything we used it for, I think 6 or 7, it might have been 8 years. Never a problem. When we moved into the new place,
I was losing them.
Yeah.
We tried to switch back over to Cypress, and you know, we had that coconut shortage and everything like that a few years ago. So we went to Cypress, and it's been a breeze. So it's crazy. But like what we were thinking is, like right now, I'm not getting it by the pallet, which I want to switch over and get a pallet of the Cypress because it'll be cheaper. And then if I'm already used to allotting, you know, we'll say 1,200 for a pallet of block, we switch over to that pallet of Cypress. Now that extra money that I'm already used to, and it's already in the budget for the, you know, the company for the year, like me in my position, I'm switching that over to the rodent stuff.
Right.
So that'll afford me to be able to get multiple bags of feed, multiple bags of bedding and stuff like that. And it's still in that same little budget. So
Are you going through the same place as Will, Tim?
No,
No.
so I get my cypress from. So there's like 4 or 5 breeders that are rat breeders that actually offer cypress here, but I get my stuff from Akif, my guy that's through Ozzy's rat place and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
at the same time, because I'm not getting it by the pallet, I'm spending, I think it's like $10 a bag for 10 bags. So 10 bags for me will last me, I don't know, I think we're probably like 3 to 4 months.
Oh, wow.
See, that's a big savings right there.
Now, so just like that, but again, if I was to move, which I've been thinking about it, I'm trying to move, instead of getting 10 bags, we'll probably get 30 bags a year. Instead of doing that, I just want to buy a pallet. And then, dude, if I get a pallet, I'll be good for at least a year and a half.
But and that's the other thing, being that it's natural cypress, you could probably. I know you don't have a garage just yet, but you can probably put a tarp out and put it all on top of a tarp and leave it in the yard.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that I've noticed is like when we get our cypress, obviously the bags everything's moist. Like I never get cypress dry. But I've noticed, like, sometimes, depending on where it's at, like, I used to bring it in and put it in the snake room, especially when we're getting ready to do a big swap. But I'll get busy, waste the day away doing all the stuff in the snake room and forget to move the bags. And if they sit in the snake room for, like, 4 or 5 days with the temperature, they dry out. Now, I will say, cypress, I don't like the fact of when it dries out, how much you have to go put into it to get it to like that moisture consistency, just because the cypress wood doesn't absorb. That kind of sucks. Like with the coconut, obviously, if you have a tub and it dries out, you could spray it really good and it's just going to absorb and you're good for another week. But I mean, when it came for me, it came down to the price, man. The price of it is just, it's, especially with having a little collection and not doing it full time, you're still, trying to lower that overhead. I mean, you're talking, up to $1,500 for a pallet of cocoa versus, even for me, shipped from North Carolina to me directly to my door. I think it's like $450 or $500 for a pallet of cypress.
I would take that in a heartbeat. What?
Because they have same thing with the rodent feed, I believe. I mean, shoot, the rodent feed, we facing the same thing. Now we're building up the colonies and all that, and then it's doing well. It's growing at its own rate. But I want to say we went from getting maybe 2 bags of feed, every week to now we're getting in on his order. So we're ordering, almost a pallet. We're getting 20 bags of feed. And I'm like, dang, that's overkill for what we have. But I'm just stacking it, putting it in. But I mean, the savings is a no-brainer when you get there. So we're at like 20 bags of, I guess you call it Kambach. 20 bags of Kambach.
Oh, yeah.
23% is $460. So we're doing that every 8 weeks for feed, and we have over. But
that's good price, man. Because what I get it for is
$23 a bag. It's insane.
It's $36 for me.
See?
Now, are you on Missouri or are you on the same one that he's on?
No, I'm on Missouri. See, this is the thing. What I figured out with Missouri and Kalmbach. Okay, I've watched my production go down a little bit with Kalmbach, and then with Missouri it goes up. But with Kalmbach, I've also the urine smell hits stronger and faster than what it does when it's with Missouri.
Really?
So, yes, way faster. Like, man, it's only a couple of days and it's just boom, it's blowing up.
We ain't get hit with the smells and stuff yet. We're still running along.
I use Missouri here. I've been looking and I've seen it. There are a few different other feeds that people are using. But like for me, again, I mean, Will, you and me have talked about it multiple times. It's like, I don't know. I'm used to Missouri. I know where I can get it. It's not terrible right now, just because I mean, our rodent operation is super small. Like I think a 50-pound bag will last me about a month.
Oh wow!
Really? How are you feeding your whole collection off of that?
Oh, we're not.
Oh, he's still
yeah. No. So
okay.
Right now, in the rodents, I could say I could probably take care of all the babies, and it's usually like we can usually get like 3 weeks out of the month off of my stock.
Okay.
But again, we started with ASFs. So when I did ASFs, it was kind of, everybody was saying like, an ASF colony, you can only get like 5 months out of it. And me just testing it out. It's like, a rat colony. I used to have rat colonies that would go for, 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, man. Let's like, I stretched them out. I mean, I won't lie. The ASF colonies, we were doing 1 male, 4 females.
Mm-hmm.
So I had colonies that were a year old, 12 months old. And then everything was going good. And then out of nowhere, like 6 of my 10 colonies, the production just stopped.
Yep, completely. It was stopped completely.
And I was like, man, like what, like, okay, so, just, going through the process, like, okay, so it actually is a thing. Well, after that happened, I started noticing some of my newer colonies that we were growing up, dude, they would get like 2 to 3 months done.
Really?
And I was like, man, I wonder, like, it's hit or miss. Like now we're kind of bouncing in between. My average is usually like 7 to 8 months from what I was looking at over the last 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I get like 7 to 8 months, which is pretty good. So now I've been paying attention to it more. But as soon as we get the shed and the concrete slab done, I'm done with adequate sulfurs. I'm going strictly to rats.
Love it.
Yeah, I do more rats than I do the
like sulfurs
ASFs,
are nice
but...
because I will not do mice. Like I won't do them.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the sulfurs as they're small for the hatchlings. Like that's good. But I've noticed like there's no way with the numbers that even when we were doing bigger numbers where I think I was pulling like 150 weans every week.
Shit.
Even at that, it was the same. Like, once we start looking at like the sub-adults or the males or the adult females, there's no way. Like the grow out time is like 2 to 3 months and you're not even at that size. You'll probably be at like a weaned rat in my opinion.
Wow. Morphed's going to 10 bags of Combuck a week. Jeez.
Ooh, I'm only doing 3 bags. 10 bags.
So that's Will. That's the guy who we were gonna set something up with. So I was looking at his stuff on like on Instagram and stuff like that. He's got a big like rodent operation.
Right. 10 bags a week. I think we go maybe 2, a bag and a half a week.
Now, so with you guys, do you guys supplement anything with your rats, or is it just rat food?
I do the sunflower seeds, and I do black soldier fly larva.
Okay, so I was gonna say, so like with the ASFs, we do the Missouri, and then we do black sunflower seeds. I wasn't sure if you could do like that and the eggs and stuff for rats, if it's worth it.
I haven't. I'm not sure.
I haven't done it, so I can't really say too much on it. But I've heard Jose talk about that he does edgopathic, that he does the eggs.
ASF though. He does it with his ASFs. I don't think he does it with rats.
With his rats.
We do it with the ASFs. Like we'll do hard boiled eggs and like raw carrots, probably maybe like every 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
But I never know. I don't know. I'm always looking for the rats, especially with trying to get into breeding the rats pretty soon. By the end of the year, we should have it all up and running. It's just like, yeah, like the rat food's good, but I mean, I don't know. I see some people like just do like lettuce, all types of crazy stuff, and I'm like, I wonder if there's a difference in production wise.
I don't know. I noticed when I stopped doing the sunflower seeds, I noticed a difference in the production too. So I just keep with the sunflower seeds. Yeah, I tested everything out. I tried the different foods and what was going to really actually work, and I've noticed that when I was going to Kalmbach, I lost production than when I was with Missouri.
Well, and so like we have a few people here local that use that Kalmbach.
Ali.
And I was asking them about it, like, okay, this is something new. Is it cheaper? And like looking it up, I'm like, man, it's really only like around here, it's only like $6 or $7 cheaper. So it's not really that big of a savings.
Right. Shout out to Holly. What's going on? So we try to put out like our thought process. It's not really to play anybody against anybody else. Me and Darren, we spoke about it. Actually, me and you spoke about it too, Tim. And I agree with ASFs, feeding them to your personal collection, things you're going to keep. You even liking them better. Now to throw the business insight side to it, I know you guys have already heard me say this a million times. it's really tough unless you're already like the big dogs in it, rocking with ASFs, and I'll explain why. Um, yeah, where we are, we're not there yet. We're shooting to be higher, but I don't think it will benefit us. And the reason it won't benefit us is because we end up inadvertently cutting out and cutting down our customer base. If unless we're feeding them to just our collection, our breeders, the things we're growing out, things we're holding back to keep. Um, Luckily enough, we haven't had too many feeder issues. We feed pretty much mice and I guess the Norwegians. But typically that's stuff that's pretty much available in all 50 states. So we saw it as if, however many states ASFs may be outlawed in, you don't have to kind of go black market and kind of go venture off and find them on your own and stuff like that, and it'd be against the law. Typically, you're going to have more newer keepers, newer breeders, even the unsuccessful breeders. You're going to have more in that group than the big time successful breeders. Therefore, those breeders that's getting in are looking for animals from other breeders that they can get readily accessible feeders for. And if you can't get readily accessible feeders in 13, 14 states that is banned in, then you automatically cut your customer base out by 13 or 14 states. That's the thought process we went by, which is why we didn't go with ASFs. It wasn't because this feeder is better than that feeder. It was strictly a business move. Now, if we were at a level where everybody and their mama was like, oh, I'm buying from Flawless, did you see what they created? Flawless. And we have such a high demand where we have a waiting list for one snake where we're up there with Canova or the Aussies and we're creating game-changing combos, then you have the demand is there, so you can kind of venture off and only feed ASFs. That's just a thought process. It's just something to thought. It's not really to pitch anybody against anything. It's just to kind of get you thinking.
Now, what I've been doing, because I breed all three, so I just switch them all up. They get all three different ones, and they seem to be fine on that. Just switching them up instead of giving them the same thing every time.
This is touching on it. You feed all three. Now, public that's watching and everybody, Darren is located in Vegas, somewhere. AFC, you see where I'm going with it, right? So he's reading all three for everyone listening, but he is not in an outlawed state where you cannot have them. Too much. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to deal with that.
So there's going to be quite a few. But what I'm saying is that feeding all three, then they have the choice of, if they do stick with one, they can stick with one, but the ones that I am selling, those ones, they get straight rats or mice.
Right. And I think that's the same thing Tim was heading towards as well, which is good. I think it's good.
Yeah, I kind of like how you were saying. Well, it would be one thing if it was like, okay, we'll just feed the personal collection ASFs. But then again, like, how us snake people are, we get into the room. I don't want to have to, oh man, this is the whole back rack. Let me go grab ASFs. Nah, I I like to have everything eating the same thing.
Right. I don't know. And plus, you got to understand as well, you guys, both of y'all got years in the game. This is only our second year. So we haven't, knock on wood, we haven't, faced that, stubborn, we've had some issues here with this female or that male, but after a few months, they kind of snap out of it. You do the musical chairs when it comes to tub size and they snap out of it. You do the Da Vinci boa and they may snap out of it. There's different things you can try. But so far we've kind of stayed clear. And in the clear as far as feeding wise, and we've been doing well with the rats and mice. So we're going to see how it all goes. Definitely playing with fire with some of, if you're based in a state that is not allowed, and then you figure out a way to get it going. You never know what's going to end up coming of it. Just something else to be wary of, I would think.
I think I have a ball python that has heartburn.
Really?
How do you know that? What?
Well, it's kind of weird. So, right. So, like, I have this one girl, and like, I have like probably 4 or 5 snakes they're all adult females, and like, I could feed them a rat, they'll kill it, and even if they eat it, a day later they'll throw it up. You give them an ASF, nothing, perfectly fine. So this one female that I have, I've been playing around with it. Like, she'll eat anything. She'll kill it. She'll, fully eat it. And I've noticed that it's probably been 9 out of 10 times. Every time she gets a rat, or just a regular rat, she'll eat it. She'll throw it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering, so we think about, acid reflux or something like that. That could be something going on with that. But could it be something with the type of fur that they have?
Mm. That's interesting, and I think it's case by case too, because we're still learning a lot of these snake behaviors. We got a female, which I never thought, until 2 months ago. It hit or miss with her. We'll feed her, and she'll kill it and leave it there. And I'm like, I got into the practice of feeding her first and go through the whole collection, then coming back and say, "Oh, she just killed it," and I take it, and then I'll
found that one present for you too many times, haven't you?
Well, this is the thing about it, and then somebody else on a live, so we all need to keep sharing information that you have some snakes that kill it and then won't eat it, but you put another one and they'll kill it and eat the second one, and that's her. She'll kill it, eat the second one, but not the first one. It's the weirdest thing in the world. So now that's what I go through. Yeah. First, she'll kill it. I come back 30 minutes later, take that one out, feed it off to another one, put another live one in, and she'll kill it and eat it. And I'm like, this is crazy.
Talk about knowing your animal. Gods, I feed everybody the same thing. All my rodents eat the same thing.
Same here.
But do you do any additives like Jose Edge of Panic was doing? Because I know KG do some additives as well, where he adds extra to the ASS.
Yeah, like what? Multicat? Is it Multicat?
Yeah, Multicat and some other.
I tried the Multicat. I don't like it that much. There's some other people that they use the Multicat. I don't like it.
What did you see from it that maybe?
I mean, they'll eat it, but what I did notice is that some of my snakes wouldn't eat. So whatever's in that was giving them a certain smell or something. They weren't eating. Soon as that cleared out, that next round, they started eating.
Wow.
Huh. So I was like, nah, no more Multicat. That's it.
Yeah, no more Multicat. Let's see.
Leviathan. I like his last video he just posted too.
Yeah, and congrats on the sunset combo, the deal that they worked out, the joint collaboration.
The breeder loan, I guess you're gonna say, or
congrats, all panned out. It was awesome. So does it mean back forward? Well, yes and no. For us, even though we feed everything the same, mice or rats, we would love for everything to kind of get started on rat pups, but we skip that and we jump straight to mouse hoppers for new hatchlings. So all of ours get fed pretty much the same exact thing. We give them 2 or 3, maybe even 4 mouse hopper meals first, and then we introduce rat pups. We got a high rate of success to switching them over to rat pups right away. Sometimes you need to feed them more mouse hoppers, but then typically, I guess what you're asking, we can figure out the combo right out the egg and determine whether they're a holdback or not for us.
Yeah, definitely. Unless it's a male or female, then you're like, okay, hopefully this is a female or it's a male. Yeah.
So then you can kind of, I guess that's where y'all will come in, where you can kind of figure out what you're going to do. But for us, even our holdbacks are going on the same feeding regimen as everything else, because we don't feed anything other than those 2 options at the moment.
But if I do sell something that I've been feeding, I let people know, hey, I've been feeding all 3 with this animal.
Oh, there's definitely an avenue out there, and I don't want to make it seem like there's not people out there that's buying snakes that feed off the ASFs. There absolutely are. I just wanted to put it out there as a newer person in the game and trying very hard to do it the right way. For someone inexperienced or not having the experience level as everybody else has been doing it a decade or more, you have to admit that if, number one, you don't have access to ASF, they're not readily available, and let's say they make it illegal where you are, you're probably going to gravitate away from a snake that you want that's been feeding on ASFs. That's all, pretty much. Okay, does anyone practice gut loading rodents before? No. Are you guys familiar? Now we gut load crickets when we feed the geckos, but gut loading the rodents.
Elaborate on that. I need to know what that is.
So yeah, hold on. So I don't want to sound like a newbie, but okay, we're gonna go for it.
I'm a newbie on that. Well, I've never heard of that.
When people say that, I've never understood that. When you say gut load, what do you do?
So I don't know. Maybe, yeah, elaborate that on Oz Guide. So I will tell you,
for geckos.
For geckos. So you have live insects, whether you're going to feed red runners, which is a type of roach, or dubia, which is another type of roach, which is higher on the level, or crickets. Like we get our crickets in these boxes from GANs. We go through about 12 to 14,000 crickets a week. Now, typically speaking, you'll get a large tote, and put them all in there with some egg crate and, put them all in there and dump them in there. We don't do that. We just have way too many geckos to feed. So we gut load a different way. We did a video on it too. The boxes come with a perforated circle cut in the corner and taped over. So what we do is every box of full grown, crickets, will open that corner and we'll dump Pangea, which is gecko food, in there, calcium, which is the dust that you put in there. We'll dump that in there as well. And then we'll also put like nutrients like cricket food, cricket dust in there. And we'll take it back up. We sit it over pretty much for 4 to 5 hours. So we do that with all the boxes that they come in. That's gut loading them, putting the nutrients in their body because now they're about to be consumed.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because a lot of these bugs and insects, what's happening is they're coming from farms where they're farming these bugs. They're giving them just what they need to eat, survive, and grow. Water crystals, regular food. But you want to make sure that, because we dust them with calcium in it as well before you give them to your reptile. So we just try to make sure that it's optimum before we present them to the.
Well, we do the calcium, like before feeding day, we'll do the calcium and stuff. But so I just started hearing that people were like, yeah, we put like Pangea, the dry powder, we'll put that in there. And I was like, I wonder if that really makes a difference. Like, does it work? Is it something?
I say yes. You got to think about it like this. If you're feeding them this complete diet every single week, but then they're highly bug-driven animals. Most of those that eat crickets and insects. So what ends up happening is if you can gut load your insects full of all these nutrients that are good for your geckos and they go crazy and eating those up, then their body is going to process all that down first. Versus them getting a couple licks here and there of the gecko food, and that's all they're getting. So it's another opportunity to kind of give them all their nutrients.
I'll have to start trying that, see if it works.
But on rodents, I haven't heard of that. I haven't
heard when he just said what he does.
People say that, like every gut load rodent, it's like, do you just like feed them rodent food before you feed them off? Because isn't that what normal people do?
Right. No. What he's saying is, he's giving them fruits and vegetables before he feeds them off. So 10 minutes before he feeds them, it's the same thing, but opposite. Now you're just feeding that to the rodents. But what if you just feed it to the rodents all the time? Shouldn't it be all right then? Or does it make a difference right away?
Now
I'm going to do one step further. I'm going to try to offer a snake a carrot.
Yeah, I was just about to say, for sake of the argument, that's what I was going to say. Like, but has it been proven that vegetables and carrots and things like help improve the health of your snakes? I don't know. You know, I don't know if that's something that contributes to a better snake. You know, I think that's uncharted territory for me. Oh, and he says snake can't eat strawberries or blueberries, so you feed them to the rodents before you can. Oh, I never knew that.
So it's just
Never
like
knew
that.
that.
Yeah, I've never tried it either. Never thought about it.
I mean, I've got as well. Continue to elaborate on what you've seen and differences since you've been doing that. That's very
Does
interesting.
does it make the snake brighter? Like with age? Can I get a glow?
Oh, very interesting. That's definitely some new information. Hold on.
See, and that's what I love about it, right? You could be doing this for like 30 years, and then somebody just comes up and they'll say something, and it's like,
But
I
you
don't
gotta be
know
open
that.
to the information. You gotta be
Yes.
you can't be locked down. That's why I'm a sponge. You know, yeah, there's some things that you may do, all of us may do, and we know it works. That's cool, but you gotta be at least receptive to other information. Hear it out, use it or not, you know, and just kind of run with it. But it's I've never heard that.
Yeah, I mean, and you would think like just, if you know a lot of people, obviously, if you've been doing this a long time, you had those conversations with snakes and different people, and it's like the strawberry and blueberry thing. I wouldn't even think that was a thing.
So Tim, you've been doing this for a while. Have you thought about this? Okay, so when you're growing stuff up, you maybe keep a male and a female or two females out of the same clutch, right? But one kind of grows faster than the other, right?
Yeah.
Usually. So that one's coming to mature faster. Now, do you have an ultrasound?
Yes and no. Like, I don't have a personal one for our company in house, but I have two people that are one. Brian with Bane of My Exotics is literally 4 streets down, so I just grab his when I need it.
Okay, so now say that female starts building follicles, but she's not quite up to age and years, but up to weight. Do you pair her or do you not?
So it's kind of weird, and I don't want to like red flag myself, but like, back in the day, like we'll say maybe 10 years ago, okay? Mm-hmm. People really weren't like, your snake has to be 18 months. Like, if it's not, it has to be 18 months. And I can't say that after learning more information, I definitely have changed the practices. I can tell you right now, I've had a female lay a healthy clutch for me at 14 months old.
See, yeah.
I've also had, people like, oh, you can't do under 1,500 grams. Back in when I started, it was 1,200 grams. Look, sometimes it happens. We actually had a girl do it this year. She was around 1,150, and I really wanted her to go this year, so she wouldn't eat. We threw a male with her. She started eating again, and before she laid, she was up to the 1,500 gram range.
Yeah.
But off of one lock, she ovulated because of her follicle size.
Mm-hmm.
I've had, 1,200, 1,100 gram girls give me full clutches. Now, again, after learning what I've learned and talking to many different people over the years, I do not like to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I don't know, man. It's to each its own, I guess, man. Like, if you got that one girl that is at the perfect follicle size and you don't want to miss it, I mean, again, this is where I take as learn your animals, like especially the adults. I can look at almost any animal in my collection and, tell you, okay, if I start breeding this animal, it's going to stay on food. Just because I've worked with these animals for, 2 to 3 years, and I know what they're consistently doing. Sometimes you might get one or two that just like, throws you for a loop, but
yeah.
I mean, the way I look at it, if they look healthy in the wild, there's no scales and there ain't nobody sitting and hovering over it like, oh man, I got to pair you right now. The way I see it is if they're going to go, they're going to go. If not, if they're not ready, it doesn't matter how many locks you put on with them, they're not going to lay.
Yeah, some of the ones that come from the wild, you like, man, I don't even know if I even want to breed to you. You look so bad.
I mean,
you look all skinny
and that's the thing, right? For being around, in the ball pythons and around the hobby for so long, trust me, I've seen some like horror stories like, oh my God, I would have never bred that, or, stuff like that. But I've also, I've personally had 1,100 gram girls lay a clutch, trying to get them on food, and they were fine. Now, I will say, on the couple that I've had over the years with the smaller girls, I've also switched my feeding routine when it comes to girls that lay. Even if it's, we feed on Sundays here, but even if I have a girl that lays on like a Wednesday, if I can get a rodent, as soon as she lays and gets a clean bin, she gets fed. Because I find that as soon as you take them, within 24 hours of taking the eggs from them, they're still in that kind of defense mode. And I feel like 9 out of 10 that we try to feed that same day, within a matter of hours, they usually eat right away and they get on a consistent basis. That could just be me. I mean, I've been trying that probably over the last year and a half, probably the last 2 seasons. I've done a couple girls to where I was like, I'm not going to feed right away. Like, we couldn't get rodents at that time, so it ended up like going 3 or 4 days. And 2 of those, I think it was like 4 girls that we did that with this year. 2 of those girls are on and off feeding. So I try to get them right back into the motion as soon as the eggs get out of there. It's just like, it's also a thing like, I know Billy up in Canada, he's talked about it before too. Everybody used to think like when your female lays a clutch, you got to scrub the rack, you got to clean the tub, change the bedding, you got to
I was just going to say that.
Bath and everything. So like what we do here, I will give them a new tub because we try not to clean after pre-lay shed. So pre-lay shed, it's very minimal of when I'm going in there to mess with them. I might miss them down a little bit, but it's very minimal. So from pre-lay shed till they lay, they won't get a tub change. That kind of helps when they lay. We'll change out the tub, clean everything. I haven't given a female snake after laying a bath in probably 3 years.
Oh, wow.
I don't do it. I feel that I don't see a benefit for it.
I've never done it. I've had females as soon as they lay eggs, I pull the eggs. That next day I throw a rodent in there that they'll eat.
And I feel like, when, and I don't know, because, I know people that do it differently. I know some guys that's their motive, just like they cool and everything like that. But I feel if you don't wash that egg smell off of them, I feel like it kind of helps that feeding response in the beginning if you get on it right away. But I mean, they're ball pythons, so they could, it could just be something that I'm seeing. I could be crazy, but
who was it that they were maternally incubating, and then they showed that female will still eat, still wrapped around those eggs? I
couldn't do it. I want to so bad. I'll tell you like this. I have always wanted. What we do is we're scientists, right? Mm-hmm. So I've experimented with a lot of things over the years, bedding, racks, tubs, heat, almost everything, just to try to see if there's something better. And I've always wanted to have a female maternally incubate her eggs. I just think that would be the cool thing to experience, everything like that. But I could not. You have 2 options with that, right? Either your female's going to eat, which is good, but then when she's eating, you run the risk of, her busting the eggs or something like that happen. Right. Or you're going to have the female not want to eat because of the eggs. And to me, it's just like, as much as I want to do it, like I've told myself like years ago, I was like, I want to buy a normal just to get her on eggs and let her maternally
incubate. I haven't done it yet either, but
I'm just like, for me, I'm just so scared because it's like, not only do you have to keep your temperatures and your humidity like on point, like that's a big thing for me. You have to keep all of that stuff like the way it needs to be. And if a female, A or B, if she busts an egg with feeding, that's going to suck. If she doesn't eat, you're talking almost 3 months of incubation. Right. I just can't do that. Like, I don't know what it is. I can't see myself doing that.
Hey, they do it in the wild.
How you holding up, bro? There you go.
Can you hear us?
He's getting all.
I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. You tapped.
Okay. All right. Man, sorry about it, man. I thought I actually sent a message to see was it 3:00 Central Standard Time or Eastern Time. I didn't get no response. I didn't get no response, so I went to I just clicked the link and see what y'all on here, and y'all was on here, so I came and got set up.
Hey, introduce yourself real quick.
What's up, everybody? It's G from Sick with the Ball Pythons. Good to holler at you, brothers. Thanks for the invite.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all for having me, man.
Oh, definitely. What's some of the major programs you're working with?
Hold on one second, man. I think I gotta take this green screen off. It's affecting the quality.
The audio?
Real quick.
It probably is. Gotcha.
He sounds like Bun B. I can't stop hearing that. Ready to bust a rap.
Oh man. All
right.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. There we go. We're a lot better now.
What programs you working with?
What was the question again?
What programs you working with? BALLZ?
Oh, okay. Well, I strictly work with ball pythons. One of my main projects is Ultramel and Clown. Those are probably my two major projects.
Oh, another one in the Ultramel. Yeah, we pretty deep the Ultramel too.
Yeah.
Drowning in Ultramel at this point.
Yeah, man.
Oh
man. Yeah.
I was watching.
We don't mess with them carbon copies, man. You know how it be.
Oh damn! Jab out there. That's what I was. Hey, they ain't gonna like
you don't
that.
Mess with them carbon copies, man. Yeah, they'll be all right. We'll give them a hug, you know.
Hey, hey, where you based out of?
I'm in Texas. I'm in San Antonio.
Okay.
I'm from Houston, but I live in San Antonio.
It's probably hot as hell out there now.
Houston vibe, yeah.
Hell no, it's cold, man. We had some rain come through, and shit was hot. It rained the other day, shit, so it's cold.
87 degrees out there.
Yeah, it's cold. It's 80 degrees.
Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. It's 68 degrees.
68.
Nah.
That's still good. That's California. They ain't that cold. No, that's still wearing t-shirt weather.
46 here.
All right.
But you know what? It's well rounded. You got Baltimore, you got Cali, now you got Texas and South Carolina. We're all over the map right now.
Yeah.
All because of YouTube.
So right.
Yeah.
Social media.
Yeah, all because of YouTube. Social media, man. How long y'all been on, man? My bad. I'm sorry about the confusion. 40, I work on call, man.
Oh no problem.
Okay.
45 minutes or so. We just hanging out, chilling.
Okay.
We were talking about rodents, feeding rats versus ASS versus mice, and what we're feeding our rodents. The benefits of we just found out gut loading rodents, which is interesting because we never did it. None of us.
Snakes are allergic to blueberries and strawberries.
Yeah, feeding rodents blueberries and strawberries. Very interesting. And then we was also talking about maternal incubation. Have you ever worked with snakes where you did maternal incubation?
Nah, never really got into that. It's a lot of, in my opinion, it's a lot of different factors that go into that, man. I use ambient heat on my snakes, so I don't think I have so I keep my snakes around like 82 degrees. So my 82 to 84. So I think with my temperatures being up and down like that, I don't think it would be good for the eggs, in my opinion. So,
let me ask you a question. Since you do ambient, like how'd you stumble onto that? Like what made you go that route? You researched it and you say you just not gonna do a hot spot?
Yeah, it was a long time ago, man. I read an article that this is probably like it's 2024. It had to be. It's over 12, 13 years ago. Tracy Barker, she wrote an article about temperatures with the ball pythons and how, I think, if I'm not mistaken, man, it's like how she thought, how she was saying like they don't need to be that hot as far as like the 80 to 90 degree hot spot and all that stuff. So I just started doing ambient from that. You know, I tried it different ways. I tried it with different thermostats just to lock in what needed to be locked in. You know. But I found that worked best for me. I haven't had no slugs since I started doing ambient. Since I keep my snakes temperature lower. I really don't get no slugs. Well, the years I kept my snakes on heat, which is like I had one rack on heat, just one rack, And that rack, I made some double hits, ocean milk clowns that year, and I got 5 good eggs and 3 slugs. And all of my ambient animals, I never get slugs with them, you know. Because I chill them down a little bit. I keep them. I let the temperature drop down like 75 sometimes at night, 70, 76, 77 at night. I never get no RIs or nothing like that. RIs I think come from being dirty and dirty water and shit like that. But I never get no issues with my snakes doing that. So I just kind of stick to what I do. I know it's a lot different than what everybody else do, but it worked for me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's all you can do. Will work for you.
Yeah.
Is it? You have a lot of humidity there?
Yeah, somewhat. But I gotta I keep my snakes on Reptilez. Well, most of the time I keep them on Reptilez shield. But sometimes I do switch over to paper. But most of the time I keep them on Reptilez shield. So they stay pretty moist with that heat. With that heat, it keep them pretty moist, man. If not, I just go in and mist them. You know what I'm saying? I just check them. I got a little round the clock service though, because I got kids. You know, I got young boys. I got like teenagers and shit. So you know what I'm saying? My sons are going out. My sons are going there and check on them and stuff. My wife, she help a lot. She'll go in there and take care of clean them and stuff for me. So it's always somebody here to look at it. If they look too dry, they know they are. My boys been raised with these snakes since they was babies, so they know to go in there and mix them if they look too dry. They know the spot clean and do all that stuff. So I let them, to be honest, I be at work so much, I let them handle that, man. They do all that. I just do the breeding and feeding. Right. That's all I do. They do all the cleaning, make sure everybody's straight, you know. Yeah. They know how to do they know that they'll go in the mornings and they'll hit them with the temp gun and see where they at in the mornings before they start school. They'll go out and they'll go hit them with the temp gun, make sure everybody, see if they low or whatever. And then midday, my wife will check them, make sure nobody getting too hot. Because I've been in Texas. I have had heat spikes just due to the weather. It gets so hot in the summertime. Sometimes I got to turn everything. I just turn everything off. I don't have nothing. It's just the room temperature just be like 82, 83 degrees by itself. Wow. Not even with the heater or nothing.
So do you have like say if you had to cool it off? Do you have something in there to be able to cool it off to bring it down?
Yeah, I got like 3 fans in there. Okay, that circulate. So usually if I turn off all the heat, if I turn the heaters off, but the heater's on thermostat, so sometimes they'll click off by themselves, but then sometimes it's kind of like it's a little couple degree gradient, so they won't click off. So if I feel like it's too warm, then I turn them off, and then I go in there and temp gun them. And I usually temp gun the lowest one and the highest one. If they too high, I got like 3 fans in there that just circulate the air around.
Man, that's wow. I never thought about trying ambient, but yeah, you're right. How many years you been doing it like that?
Man, since forever, man. Since I think I only did 1 year heat, and I've been having ball pythons since I've been breeding them since by 2008, 2009.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
but that's not like all in a row. Like I didn't stop restarting my whole collection and shit like that. But I started in like 2000. I say 2010, like around the time I was having my first son. I started around 2010. So it took me time to raise up some females. Right. I did it for like 4 years. I was breeding for like 4 years, and then I stopped in like 2014. I got my current job where I work now, so I kind of chilled out. I sold like all my collection. I only kept like 4 snakes. Just my pets, just as pets and shit, what I'm saying? Then I got back into it in like 2016.
How many snakes in your collection?
Say it again.
How many snakes in your collection?
Oh man, you asking police questions. I don't know. You asking police questions, man. Hey, you can't say that, man. Nah, I'm just messing with you, man. I think right now I trimmed some stuff, man. So I got about 70. Okay. I ain't got
that's not bad.
Yeah, I got like 70. I used to have a lot more. I used to have like 150, 160.
Are you producing your own rodents?
I was at one point, but not no more. I buy my rodents now, which is a headache. I hate it, man. I rather produce my own, even though that's a headache too. But I'd rather do it myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If y'all, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Maine Morphed Creations. him and we used to breed our rest together. We both out here in San Antonio, so me and him in Cornell Constrictors. We all breed our rest together for a while, and we just kind of stopped that because our schedules just got too busy. I was in and out of the state. For like the last 6 months. I've been in and out of Texas, so for work. So I kind of couldn't keep up with it either, and then everybody else still kind of started going crazy. So we had to kind of chill out, man. But we'll get it back going. I'm gonna probably like next year. I'm gonna start back breeding my own feeders. I'm gonna go straight ASLs. Yeah. I don't like dealing with.
Oh, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I'd rather just go. That was my department, man. I deal with just the ASLs. I took care of the ASLs. I bred them. I kept them. I separated them. Did all that stuff. And then Maine did a lot of that too. He did a lot of stuff for that too. But he dealt with the Norwegian rest a lot. I can't stand the Norwegian rest. They get too big, man. For me, they get too big, man. Man, we had one, man. That joker was like the size of like a little small dog. I was like, bro, that's too big.
Like almost 1,000 grams.
Bruh, I'm talking about he look like a Pomeranian, which is 1,000 grams, which is a couple pounds. It was a pound. It looked like a goodness. Jeez. Nah, he was too big, man.
So is it hard? Like all that, hard for you to lock in with a good seller, rodent seller down the bayou that's dependable, or you got a couple?
Yeah, it is. You know, and then like certain times of the year is hard, man. That's what's that one thing I hate, especially when that's why I took some time off of breeding because of that, man. Because it's so hard to supplement for your babies, man. And I like to feed my babies fast, you know, like not like power feeding them, but you know, babies need to eat to stay alive, man. So you got to feed them consistently. You can't go
feed them every 4 to 5 days.
Yeah, right, exactly, man. You can't go a week or two without feeding your babies. It'll hinder them a lot, man. So I like to keep them. I like to keep them fed up, and that's why I kind of chilled on the breeding this season because I was too busy to be hunting down people with rats, and then you know going to some of these people, man, I'm paying $3 for $2 for a hopper mouse or some shit. I'm like, bro, that's over with. That's crazy.
That's over with.
Yeah. God. Yeah, that's over with. We ain't doing that. So I rather just feed my collection every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Until I can find them. Now I have a consistent person. So you know, I can go get them every week. Or I can go get them when I want to. So, you know, like I drive out to their property, you know. I can get them when I want to.
Dang.
And they still high as giraffe pussy. I'm like, God, no. They hear that.
Oh yeah, they gonna put it, man. They
still high.
They coming at it.
But I'm glad I didn't even think about that. I was just kind of when I lowered my collection down, I was just kind of weeding out stuff I didn't need anymore that somebody else could probably use and help their collection. So I was just kind of like weeding stuff out.
Right.
Morphed, how you run ambient too? That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just thinning stuff out because I was like, man, I don't really need that no more. No old girls I didn't have for like 6-7 years. I'm like, I don't need y'all no more. I got y'all daughters and granddaughters here. I just started pulling them out, you know what I'm saying, and taking them out, man. So, but it was good that I did that. And we went to Justin's house we went to go visit Justin a couple years ago, and he was saying that too, like, you know, rotating your snakes out, the ones you don't really need no more. That's not growing your collection. So I took that to heart and I came.
I think I've seen that skit with Antoine. He was doing the recording, and was that you who walked past the recording?
Yeah, that was me. Yep, that was me. Yep. Yeah, that was me.
You didn't go this last year? Who went last year?
I didn't go last year. We went by.
Okay.
Nah, we went like 2 years ago, I think. We went like kind of. We didn't go with the group like his Patreon stuff. We went just the homies.
Just
right there.
Yeah.
Check out stuff. We went. We bought a snake. We bought that stranger. The stranger. Spot no stranger. When we was up, stranger head clown. We bought that meal when we was up there. And that meal ended up being a bunch of other stuff.
Red stripe, but then you have red stripe in them too.
Yeah, red stripe, but I think yellow belly.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, you won on that one.
Yeah, we definitely did. I got two of like the all jeans.
That tells you even the best of the best can miss ID stuff.
Right. Exactly.
I'll take them
man.
extra jeans too, because that would have had a big ticket at that time.
Man, I'll take it. Shoot, I ain't even. We was joking. Was like, someone asked me, "You want me to send him back, man?" He's like, "No." It was like, "You want to go send him back?"
Yeah, no, I ain't gonna send him back.
Nah, that boy comfortable. He at home. He living good.
Now,
Eating free steak and shrimp.
I was watching you hit a crazy combo, a crazy stranger combo, no?
Yeah, I did, man. That
What
was
was
for now until I get their shed test back. I'm gonna say the male is a GHI spot nose stranger, red stripe clown, possibly yellow belly, and the female is a GHI spot nose red stripe clown. Yeah, until I get their shed test back, until I send their shed test off and get it back. That's all I'm gonna say they are.
That's some heavy hitters.
Yeah, they ain't shed, man. I was showing them to y'all, but they both in shed right now, so they ain't looking too hot.
Yeah, we just hit a stranger clutch. Everything said wait for that first shit to come out.
Oh, you just hit a stranger clutch?
Yeah. Everything pretty much stranger on it.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. What you?
Pastel stranger, double head puzzle clown to pastel hit Wama clown. So
okay, that's what's up.
And it was a male, so we got a super pastel hit Wama stranger clown 50% test for puzzles. So we're gonna send it all off to get tested for puzzles. Now that Charlie got the puzzle test, so excited about that over at Great Rider. So we tap in for that. We got probably 42 sheds I got to send over. That's gonna hurt,
man.
If you notice, man, I mean, with that combo, you would think Hidden Gene Wama would overpower the stranger, but the stranger overpowers the Hidden Gene Wama. They're kind of fighting a little bit, but you get the stranger pattern. It was crazy. It was mind blowing to me.
I liked it. I thought the same thing that you did, Darren. Like I thought the Hidden G1 would overpower it, but it was complete opposite.
That's crazy. I like it a lot. I like that combo. Just think when it's in clown and everything else, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I got a hit G1 vanilla hit clown female here. I'm probably gonna breed her to that stranger male. Probably next season, but this season she going to a hurricane, I believe.
Oh wow!
I would do that. Watch. He's about to pull it up.
Are you gonna put it on the screen?
Yeah. You know, this technology getting old.
Getting old. You've been on, bruh.
Trying to say he's still 30. You know you 40, boy. You know you 40.
It's knocking on the door. It's knocking on my door.
Oh, Will's in the 40. What are you, 42 now?
He's in the house.
Okay.
He ain't even knocking. He been here.
Okay, that's a hidden G woman, or is that just that one?
That's hidden G woman stranger.
Okay.
Then we got the super pastel hidden G woman stranger. It's crazy. We got two of those.
So busy.
Yeah. Another one.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
You can see the stranger a lot. You can see the stranger in the pastel ones a lot more than the normal. What's that in the egg though? That's a clown. That's a clown in the egg, right?
That's the one.
That's the one. Okay. Yeah. That's the all gene. They're like the all gene, right?
That's the all gene. Then we got a weird one, which I think it may be the heck puzzle influence. We hit a super pastel stranger, and it still looks busier than regular super pastel stranger, but it may be the heck puzzle influence that we won't see.
I ain't trying to look cool, and that's why I got these glasses on. I'm sitting outside, the sun like right here. Oh yeah.
stranger het clown.
That's nice. I like that. I like how silver. That joke is silver, man.
Yeah.
I like that. That's
I think
nice.
with age, it's gonna look like kind of like that Xanthic kind of look.
Mm-hmm. I can't wait to put Xanthic into mine, man. I can't wait. Is Xanthic and DG? Shit.
Yeah.
I know everybody doing that together now, but I'm probably gonna do it. But I want to figure out another route though, because I don't want to just be jumping on the.
I wanted to go hit and G1 because everybody was going spot no.
Everybody doing spot nose and shit. Yeah,
it's just a matter of who's gonna hit it first. I do too.
Exactly. Yeah, I love G1. I gotta
admit though, the Powerball is crazy.
It's nice.
I like that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
The Powerball is crazy.
I got another route I'm going with that Joker too. I got the female. She about 1,000 grams. I think it's gonna look nice, and I got some stuff coming. I got a female coming for some of that stranger stuff that I think gonna be nice too.
Yeah, that's sick.
Wow. What's up, man?
What's up, babe?
What you doing?
Nothing. I'm doing nothing.
You doing nothing? All right. We'll go find something to do.
Crazy.
Whoa, that's a cool snake.
That is a cool snake, ain't it?
Yeah, boy. That thing.
My son got good taste, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time.
Hey, he's in the tubs cleaning and everything. He know.
Man, nah, he don't even. They ain't the one that be helping. That's my baby boy. He don't be helping.
Oh, that's the baby boy. He coming up.
Like, yeah,
he on the sidelines.
Yeah, he just want to hold the snakes. He don't want to help. Like, work. He was like, nah. He like,
I'm not ready yet.
I ain't ready yet. Nah, I ain't.
Under the sleeve, another hidden G Mama Clown girl. Oh, Chico. Basically, we won't have any of them super pastels. So what we can do on that.
See it all dark.
Some holdbacks, yeah, dark.
Yeah, I'm trying to go darker with the strangers myself. I want to add some more dark. I want to add some darker jeans into it.
Man, I'll tell you what. I just seen somebody had it on Morphed Market. It was I think it was a stranger GHI het clown. And man,
yep, I was debating on.
Snake looked amazing. Yep.
They had it up there for auction. It was a breeder, female.
Yeah.
And, it was up there. It went up to 1,000. I put 1,100 on it, and it ended.
I liked how the outline of like how.
It's insane. Let me see if I could probably find it.
Yeah, pull it up because I don't remember that one.
I seen some pictures. I DM you some pictures of mine, and you can put them on the screen if you want.
Oh yeah, let's see that.
I don't know how to do all of that shit.
Here, let's see. When I seen that, I couldn't. I wouldn't let that one pass. That was it right there. Breeder.
Yeah, like that thing looks so sick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's dope.
I was like, oh man.
Imagine putting some hypo onto that. That would glow.
Oh yeah.
Flawless crested geckos.
Yep. Either or. Flawless crested geckos. All of it right to.
Hold on, baby. Give me a second, okay? All right. I've been give me a minute.
Yeah, your house just like my house. These kids don't know no other name other than that.
Man, you ain't lying, bro. If I'm home, man, I'll be on vacation, bro. I swear they made me a gourmet chef.
Oh
they
yeah.
made me a house cleaner. I was like,
For
bro,
real?
hey man, come on now. I'm my daughter's 24/7 entertainment system. Like, God, dog, bro. Telling you, man.
She's all check and drive, Dad.
Yup. She like, dance. I'm like, God, dog, I gotta talk to you. I gotta talk to you every 10 minutes. I'm like, every 5 minutes we gotta have a new conversation. We gotta just keep going. I'm like, God, I don't talk this much on a daily basis at all, girl.
That's one thing. Little girls talk a lot.
You ain't got,
do they, man?
I got a house
1,000.
You said you got a house full of? Oh man,
I know all about it.
They looking at you. Why aren't you talking?
Y'all got the workhorses, everything like that. Just put them to work. Mine, they're like, oh, that's cool. Go ahead, keep going.
I sent it to you.
That's why I got the geckos. I like the geckos.
All right. Yeah, man. That's my daughter's the baby. She my youngest, man. She command all that attention. She be like, she want my attention. She waiting on me now. She want to go take the dogs for a walk.
What you doing?
Yeah, she's like, Daddy, what you doing? What you doing? She see me get my shoes. I'm putting my slides on to come out here on the porch. She said, "Where you going?" I said, "You ready to go take dogs for a walk?" I'm like, "No, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go do an interview real quick." I said, "Give me a minute. I'm gonna do a live real quick." I said, "Give me a second." Yeah.
Oh, you working out? He's working out now.
I'm over there working out.
47, man. And I'm doing some curls right now. Listening to the live.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's see what we got.
Which ones are you gonna show us?
Oh shit! I sent them all the strangers in the clutch. I hear it was 6 eggs. I hit 4 strangers, so I sent them all. I hit
dang.
Spot nose. I hit as they go through, I tell you what they are. That's a GHI stranger, and I believe red stripe right there. That's a male.
Yeah.
That's a GHI stranger. Yeah, GHI stranger, red stripe.
Yeah, the red stripe gave it more of that reddish tint, and they made it yellow on the back.
Yep.
You could tell it because of the one we just looked at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
That definitely has red stripe.
Oh wow,
that's really
spot nose.
Yeah, that's a GHI spot nose stranger. I think red stripe clown. I got, like I said, I gotta get the sheds, especially on this one. I really don't know what she is. I gotta get the shed sets on that one.
Oh, and it's a female? Shoot.
Yeah, it's a female.
You can't even let her go. Nobody can even reproduce that right now.
That headstand is insane.
It's almost like with that granite look, like you're like, oh man, does it have acid or confusion in it?
Yeah.
Man,
that's the type of look.
Yeah, it do. It got that look, but the dame of the clutch was just a normal clown, you know. But she produced really unique animals though. She produced my hurricane male too, and he looked unique. He looks unique as well.
Dang.
Yeah, I love how that interaction happened.
Yeah, that's the male. I think that's GHI spot nose stranger, red stripe yellow belly.
Yeah.
That's what I think that one is.
I'm sure people probably hit you up already. They probably hit you up already. Probably trying to buy.
Nah, ain't nobody hitting me up. They know. Once I say no,
he's like, I say in my Bun B voice, and they good.
I don't even entertain. I don't even post them like that. I post them when I first hatched them, and they're not getting posted no more, man. It's over. Because I don't even want nobody trying to. I sold that one. I sold that one, but I don't even want to entertain the possibility. That's a spot nose stranger.
Okay.
Head clown. That's a female.
Dang.
That might have
that one,
been it, bro.
See the two visuals in that the two visuals in that other meal, they were kind of slow on eating, so I had to assist feed them, and they stayed on like mouse hoppers for a long time. They just started taking wing rats, man. So I'm kind of catching them up to these girls. These girls on wing rats already. They decent size.
The person who got that might have came up.
I think that's red stripe, bro.
If it is, it's going to a friend of mine. So if it is, man,
that's
hey,
good.
Man,
That's
no, it is what it is.
Yeah, one thing I learned, so especially in my opinion, when you start having these complexes with what you're dealing with or all this stuff that's busy in that pattern, a lot of things that you can look for, especially with red stripe, is the widow's peak line that comes down.
Mm-hmm.
Now on yours, because you got spot nose and everything like that in there, and the stranger, you're probably going to see that line usually connected. That's why that one that you have that's got the crazy head stamp, I'm pretty sure at least 3 of those that were just showed, they probably got red stripe in them.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's fire. I want to see them. I want to see them as they age, what they look like when they get up to breeder size.
I wonder if they're gonna if that there's flames in them orange and red colors, if that's gonna come up, or if that stranger's gonna dull it out and make it darker as an adult.
Yeah, that's the side of it. But again, you gotta be in them uncharted territories. Ain't nobody else creating that. Not right now.
No,
I ain't seen create that. You know, I think that's where the comes in. I think some people, they get into even the newer genes or even genes that's been around, and there's nothing wrong with reproducing a certain combo because you need it in a female that you want to create in your collection. But at some point, you have to put the envelope and think past that. What you want to do with it next?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people. Cameron was talking about stranger. Oh, the price dropped. Okay, yeah, the price dropped, but certain combos still up there.
It's still a lot to be done with that, man. So some of the females I got him going to probably next season. It's not like no leopard and stuff like that, like normal shit, like people gonna be thinking they can put into it. Which I can make the leopard version of all of them. I got leopard clown girls, leopard double head ultra male clown girls, leopard ultra male stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I could reproduce. I can make it. But what's the point when, you know what I'm saying, I want to do something different? You know what I'm saying? Like I got other females and other genes that people are not really working with no more. So I'm gonna put them to that. We're gonna see how it work out together. Hopefully it's not lethal or no crap like that. But
that was. I was looking at another gene, sulfur. Sulfur is in the fire.
Sulfur is fire.
Yeah, sulfur is fire.
But it's weird because the super sulfurs don't look like the super fires.
They like got the like those gold markings on the right.
It almost looks like a straight up like a weird looking pie, like downright.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting because you see that stuff in the super form, but then you wonder what it will do in the actual. Where single form may resemble like identical, like yellow belly and spark and all that stuff. But when you start getting into the super form, double dose of certain combos, it looks crazy different, contains different things. What you over looking at?
He about to put something up.
That's
I'm trying to bite him. I'm biting.
You ready to fuck me up too? My lighting in here sucks.
What's the combo on that one?
So this is that banger that we had last year. So that's Super Orange Dream, Red Stripe, Yellow Belly Pin, Clown, Het G Stripe.
Oh, that's the one I was telling you better not sell.
Yeah, he's in the whole bag, right? That's why he's so hungry. He's mad because he smells all the rodents and he ain't been fed yet.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he crazy.
Yeah.
Ain't no way I'm grabbing those snakes for the rest of my room. My snakes don't play that shit.
He said you don't.
The same way,
My snakes all from the north side of Houston. They thugs. They just they smelling rest. They think it's time to get down. They be ready to fight. I was like, bro, get out of here, man. I walk. If I got rest in there, I walk by. All I hear is.
Yep.
All I hear is. I'm like, yeah, okay.
This
I know y'all hungry, man.
This lighting is terrible. Focus on this shit.
Yeah. What's that? I'm trying to think.
So this is This is something different. This is what is it? So this is a mocha calico clown.
Okay.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Friends.
I like mocha. You ever
Now,
seen?
Yeah, a lot of
You know, mochas make like a elixir. They make elixirs. Those
It's
are
kind
nice,
of
like bell
from what
complex
I know
animals.
about the mocha, from what I've heard, this stuff is it's just like the special.
Yeah, it's a bell complex.
Yeah.
I haven't heard too many people talk about mocha anymore.
Well, we got kind of lucky, right? So the girl who did that was we had her from it was a pastel. What is she? A pastel mocha calico het clown, and she was sold by a breeder that's not in it no more. And I was good friends with him, but he kind of fell off and did a lot of people dirty. And like there was, I think we talked to 50 different people where his hets weren't proven.
Ooh.
And I had her, so I ended up trading for the mom and a couple other things years ago. And she literally, when I found all this out, she was just getting ready to lay. And I was like, oh man, like, dude, if I don't get clowns from that, I'm going to be so mad. And luckily she popped out a couple clowns and I was like, yes.
Wait, 50 people. That's a lot of people. Did he have a big name?
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, without throwing out there, Darren, you ever had somebody screw you like on pets and stuff like that, or anything?
No, I haven't had that experience yet. I always get the animals that have heads.
Look at the flex.
He be knocking on the door and shit.
You ever had somebody on heads or snake or anything like that?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't give them the opportunity. I make all my own shit. That's why it take me a long time to do stuff, man. Because I don't trust nobody. If it ain't Antoine or somebody like, I'm not buying. I'm not getting no hits from nobody, man. Forget that. Because his story. I've heard a million times. That story that he just told, I've heard that a million times. I'm not playing with these people.
It didn't prove out.
People, man. I work too hard for my money, man, to be out here trying to find somebody. Like, nah, bro.
Now, with that being said, have you ever made a hat, right, and then you breed it to a visual and didn't get any visuals from it?
Yep.
Nah, never.
Nope. I have.
Yeah.
I have.
I've hit bad odds, you know, like, yeah, but I've never produced a hit, then bred it and not had.
But I mean, produce a visual.
Did you try multiple years or just 1 year, Darren?
Oh, it's only been 1 year. 1 year. That first year I bred that female, I was like,
what about you, Tim? Multiple years for you, Tim, or just 1 year?
Well, so like I had a girl. She was probably 4,500 grams, and it was a het exanthic, and she laid, I think it was 12 eggs, and she was bred to a visual exanthic something like a spot nose or something like that. I had it was either 11 or 12 eggs. She gave me no exanthic. I was beyond it. I was like, no, she's gone. Like, I'm selling it. I sold her. The guy that bought her, he put a head exanthic the next year. She gave him 10 eggs, 9 out of 10 were exanthic.
Wow.
That's crazy.
That's wow.
That's just the mods. But sometimes,
I mean, again, I've had it happen over the years. I mean, we probably had maybe 4 or 5 animals that most of them that I've hatched out and grew up, I knew they were heads. No reaction to them. I mean, I got burned once with the chocolate clown stuff. We had a chocolate pinstripe. Yeah, she was supposedly a chocolate pinstripe double het hypo clown. I had bought her, grew her up. She didn't go the first year, so now we're talking like 4 or 5 years in now. And I had bred her to a some type of visual clown, and I didn't get anything. And again, it was another clutch. It was like 9 eggs, and I was like, man, are you serious? So I ended up shed testing her. She was negative for nothing. She was just a chocolate pinstripe, and I was like,
oh man,
reach out to the dude. Like, I don't want anything back, but just know, like we're not good.
He said, we're not good.
He wasn't, like, the dude wasn't even around anymore. So it's like, I don't know. People give me. That's why it was funny when Dude Man was like, nah, I don't give him the chance. People give me crap all the time. You know, when I sell hets, I always, even if they don't ask for it, I always give genetic paperwork. And people are like, people don't even do that anymore. It's like, look, you can do what you want with it. but it just solidifies the fact that if I'm selling you this animal and it's 100%, this is my bond. You know what I mean? If you ever get rid of that snake 7 years from now, give that paperwork to the next person. Just to make them feel better, because I know how that stuff is, man.
Yeah. That big breeder that you're talking about, man, he got some people, but some people came knocking at that door and got their justice.
Man, I'm just saying, I'm not. It won't be anything live. I'll tune you both in. I don't know. You haven't even had that conversation before, but yeah, it was pretty bad, man. I didn't even know it was that bad. I was like, man, y'all are crazy dudes. Like an awesome dude, like that's like a good friend of mine. And then I found out a lot of stuff, and I'm like, man.
I've heard the story. I think somebody, I think Matt at American Made, he had publicly posted that he had sunset female.
Yeah.
Yep.
In for and all. Yeah, it's just normal. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like that's
I mean,
crazy.
really, it comes down to like when you're on the scale, like, because I've talked to Matt about that thing with the sunset stuff too, and it's like, you know, obviously it's not just, you know, random, because that screws up, like, especially if you not only your money, your project, but now you're behind on everything. But it's like, really, at the end of the day, it's like, I mean, besides blacklisting that breeder,
right?
What, like, I mean,
I don't know, but Bob won. Bob won. Bob got something over there that is a new gene that is from that. He has an ultra male. It looks crazy. He took that same gene to fire. Oh my gosh, it's unbelievable. I can't wait until he releases that stuff.
Oh, you talking
about Bob Vu?
Yeah, Bob Vu. It's crazy.
Oh, okay.
I posted it up on my page. I'll send it to you, man. It's
okay.
It's
I think
nice.
I know what snake you're talking about. I think if he got one of them from somebody, I think I seen the day that he bought something crazy.
He got 3 of them.
Yeah.
Man,
okay. So yeah, I know what you're talking about. So I seen when he picked up the one, I seen it in person, and I was like, man, what is that? And he was like, I don't know.
It was supposed to be spot nose. I was like, that ain't spot nose. I got spot nose. My spot nose don't look nothing like that.
Nothing.
Yeah, he just picked up what was a VPI? I think it was a VPI Desert Ghost Clown.
Yeah. Pastel. I think it was a pastel VPI Desert Ghost Clown.
The breeder. I'm like, he in uncharted territory for me. I'm like, man, 75 bands. I'm like, woo.
Yeah, but bro, you gotta understand, he did that.
Hey, man, what you fighting with?
Bob is, and that 75.
My son just got here and he got a spreadsheet. He come right over here.
So that's my dog was out here before I said, nah, you gotta go in the house, man. Like a trip. She be out here walking and shit.
Over here, he trying to run up on me. I'm like, oh wait, hold on.
Man, I see you doing it like this. I say, man, what? I say, he got to be wrestling with something.
Genomic Labs, no, they're not still in the hobby. He tarnished his name enough to where even if he was to come back, nobody would do business with him.
Yeah, he was big.
I'm fighting the beat. Hey, I'm fighting bees now. Damn bee out here. Oh man, look. Most time people, man, as long as I've been in the hobby, even when I wasn't breeding snakes, I was still like on the boards and stuff, like looking around when they had boards, or I would be on Facebook, just kind of lurking. Man, you'll never see them people be successful, man. That's bullshit. Doing stuff like that, man. I had a guy sell me a snake one time and they had mites, man. Like a month later, you know, luckily I quarantined because he was in the other room, and I said, "What the hell is that crawling on his back?" It was a damn mite. So I got to treating them, got the mice off of him, and I sold them too. I sold them to my homeboy. I got him out here. I was like, nah, I don't even want him no more. I sold him. I sold him a little breeder package, a female in that snake. I ended up getting the money back from the guy. And a month later, he was out because I'm pretty sure he did that to 50 other people besides me. He probably sold a whole rack of snakes, and they all probably had mice. Because when I asked him about it, he's like, "Oh, I just treated that.
But he didn't tell you.
Like you just treated that rack. That means, man, if you got mice, you got to shut down for at least 30, 60 days.
Right. Yeah, that's a red flag. It's not longer.
Mice, and Yeah, you gotta have integrity to shut down for at least 3 months, 2 to 3 months, bro.
See, and that's what I don't know. What I explain to people, like we had a semi-newer breeder, kind of local to me, somebody that I was like in with, you know what I mean, helping him out, and he had run into that, and he, buying, and ended up getting a whole, some mites in the collection, and it's like, look, bro, like when you have a business, man, like that one incident, you're shut down. Like me. If it was the slightest, my whole company, nothing leaves this place. It will be shut down for 6 to 7 months. Just because that one person, that chance of just that one person getting a bad thing for your name, it's not worth it.
It ain't.
Man, my collection been closed for a long time. I haven't had a new snake that I didn't produce and use. So, and all my snakes pretty much come from like 2 people. So I didn't go willy-nilly buying, because I think when I first got when I got back into the hobby in 16, it was Nido going around. So I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more of that over the last couple of years.
Yeah. So
they were talking about that. I think a little bit before you got in, they were talking about it because people were losing their whole collections over that.
It's been around forever, you know what I'm saying? Like but it was like flaring up around that time.
Yeah.
Like it's like a lot of people was getting shit with Nido, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody, that's when the Nido swab test was going around, and everybody was swabbing their stuff with Nido. So I was like, bro, I'm just gonna stick with my guy, I'm just gonna stick with my guy and get out my snakes from him. And then I'm not going to. I definitely just didn't go around any and everybody buying those snakes, man. I don't see how people, like with snakes, it's so different, man. Even with, like, I got dogs. Even with dogs, man, like I don't deal with a lot of people like that, because you never know how other people come and treat the animals and how people take care of their stuff. Yeah. Especially I don't do those collection sales, because you don't know when the person stopped giving a fuck.
Right.
And really, like, in my opinion on that, especially since you just mentioned that, with the collection sales, bro, when you're already posting a collection sale, in my opinion, you're already at that point.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Don't know when you can take the time and just single out the inners, but when you're doing a collection sale, 9 times out of 10, you're already at the point where you can't handle it anymore.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. You try to avoid buying certain genes as a part of the sale. For me, it depends. Like everything we do here, we try to make sure that it's something we create for ourselves. We want to shoot for the best possible scenario for something we want to hit. There are certain genes that, let's say, for instance, you enjoy, but it don't make sense. Like spiders for us. I like looking at spiders, but on this side of things, it don't make sense for us. I try to stick to that. I know we talk roughly a little bit here and there about pastel. We try hard to keep pastel out of our males. We try, but we'll take a combo and a female that we need to create something that we're shooting for with pastel in it. If there's a non-pastel version available, we'll shoot for that. But we'll definitely take a pastel if it pushes us forward toward our collection. How about y'all? Is there certain genes you stay away from?
If it doesn't have pastel, I don't want it.
You can't say that with no straight face, but okay.
No, I mean, for like me, there are a few genes that I won't work with, just because, like, anything in the Bell complex, I won't really like you said, it's kind of like if it's on the male side, I don't want it. But if it's a female, like, I feel like Mojave, since we work with chocolate a lot, Mojave is a great, it goes with chocolate really, really well. So, like, I'll work with that. But as far as like a male, I try not to, just because I don't want to make white snakes. But other than albino, you couldn't give me albinos and pewters. You can't give them to me.
Pewters and albinos.
I don't want them.
That's for me. I'll kind of like stick with the. None of them really actually bother me. I mean. If it's pastel in it, I'm not afraid of it. If it has butter, I'm not afraid of it. I mean, because that's.
Oh, where you go?
He gone. He started talking. He was like, "Nah, man, get your ass out of here."
Yeah, I know. The dog knocked the internet connection out.
It probably did.
Like, I don't even know what's going on. It keeps doing that. This is the first time I've really actually done it from my phone in a while.
Gotcha.
It used to do that when I would be on Keys Lives. It would do that off my phone. If I did it on my phone, I'm on my computer now. But yeah,
that's what
I was on
explains it.
Keys
Look,
Live.
bro, Darren ain't that big. He just using a filter. He on his phone. Let me that filter, bro. I need to get on.
It just blew me up. The filter just blew me up, man. It just pumped me up real quick.
So you welcome it all. There ain't nothing you'll kind of avoid fine because Arthur just moved later.
Oh, me,
Yeah.
I don't avoid nothing, man. I have a fire spider that I bought in 2011.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I still got it. I don't breed it no more, but she just stay here. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like, as long as it's nothing that's that has like neurological issues, if it's healthy, I'm gonna work with it.
Gotcha.
My philosophy on it is that it's 100,000 hamburger spots and everybody's still eating hamburgers. So it's somebody gonna like your version of the shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like if somebody gonna like, you never know. I might get a gene. I might get a what's a gene nobody really work with no more. Like let's say Sable. I make a combo with Sable, and then somebody people might like it, might dig it, might like it. Just like Justin, shit. Nobody was working with no spot nose before he made the Batman. Then spot nose went crazy. Nobody was really paying attention to Red Stripe until he made the Pompeii. Nobody was really messing with Red Stripe. No, nobody was messing with. I had Red Stripe, but then I tell y'all this, boy. When he hit that Pompeii, I had some black pastel head clowns. Oh man. Appreciate you, Justin. Boy, you put some paper in my pocket, boy.
That's one thing right there. That's one thing people got to also realize with him promoting in his big platform. If you have a gene or something there that he's starting to push forward and they need that in their combination, guess what? Your stuff is going to sell. It doesn't matter.
Boy,
it doesn't matter. Something you've been holding on to.
He did it with chocolate for me, the chocolate clown stuff. I sold out within probably 3 months of just chocolate stuff after he made the first when he released the visuals and the supers.
And nobody was really crazy about chocolate until you make that chocolate Batman thing.
Till you make that till you made it, bro. But I'm telling you, man, like I was getting, you getting $400 for a black pastel head clown. I was double. Boom.
He was like, everything good must go.
I couldn't hold him. I couldn't get him out fast enough, bro. 800.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, man, they was out of here, bro. I was like, okay, appreciate you, Pompeii.
Yeah.
I think was it the Pompeii that he did when like something happened on Morph Market where like Morph Market had like I want to say it was like a couple hundred spot nose and within a matter of hours like Morph Market was wiped of spot nose.
Was it?
And it was like, it was spot nose head clown something, because I remember I reached out to Josh over at Ball Python shit. That's where I got my hobby spot nose. And he was like, look, I'm about to raise the price if you don't grab it right now. And I was like, nah, I'm good. Let me get that.
He told him real shit that the stock just went up.
It was something that Justin released. Like he dropped something and it was spot nose clown related. And I tell you, man, there was like 100 or 200 spot nose, and within hours, it was
it was a Pompeii.
Well, you see, Redhead that had that same effect, man. Nobody was up there buying Redhead. Redhead popped up there with.
See, that's what I think is funny, right? Because when people started looking at Redhead, when I started like actually seeing stuff that intrigued me with that, I had known guys that were on the West Coast. They've been working with Redhead spot nose stuff for years. I want to say back to 2007. So again, that's another gene that's been around for so long, and all it takes is one person to see a combo that just is crazy looking, and out of the water it goes.
Wow.
You just gotta sit on those animals. If you got something, just wait. It'll come around again, like hypo. The hypo train is coming around again.
Oh man, I'm telling you, all come around, man. You just gotta focus on your collection, man. You can't focus what everybody else doing. You can't be focusing on what everybody else doing, man. You gotta focus on your collection. Mix and match your snakes, the snakes that you have. As far as like, you you're not gonna be, in my opinion, I ain't gonna, I'm just gonna say my opinion. You're not gonna be successful chasing somebody else's dream at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna find yourself in a constant cycle of playing catch up. You don't want to do
Yep. That part right there, because you'll always be behind. By the time it's even ready, 2 years go by. When you get ready to produce from them animals, the value's not even the same. By the time you even get that one combo.
I'll be seeing a lot of cats buying these expensive males, but they don't have no females that's mature. You know what I'm saying? My bad, y'all. Damn B, man. We whooping my ass. But they don't be.
It's funny you mentioned
What'd you
that.
say?
It's funny you mentioned that. We've been preaching that for a minute, because I mean, get it. Females are going to be more expensive. It's going to be more invested into them for the same combo, depending on the rarity of the gene. But you definitely need to have those banger males. But at the same time, just because you got that male, you got to have a lot that you're going to be taking that too with a vision. You just can't just read to this, that, and you're coming out with subpar, production. And
I always tell people it's having you got to have a mature collection to kind of take advantage of those big purchases like that. Mm-hmm. If I didn't have like, I got about, God damn it, I got him. I finally got him, man. God,
why is he gonna call the homies? They
Oh, but yeah, man, you gotta have let's see, what was I saying?
The breed of female. You gotta have them females.
Oh yeah, you gotta have those females, man. If I didn't have, I got about 7, 8 adult female clowns, right? Mm-hmm. And if I didn't have those, I would have thought twice about investing into that stranger male, because that joke was like $8,000-$9,000.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I would have really thought twice about doing that. But I knew I had the females to capitalize off of them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So and that's another thing. And then even with that, like, am I just gonna keep producing those same animals over and over again when I produce the male to go with it? No, I got other females in here now I can throw them to. I can make visuals, I can make hits, I can make double hits, I can make triple hits, I can make quad hits. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta like think about that when you go, so you can get the most out of your dollar. You know what I'm saying? You want to kind of get the most out of your money, man. Because if you spending $9,000-$10,000 on the animal, man, that's a nice chunk of change, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you wanna be able to breed that animal and get the most out of it. I know that's why you need to go in the house. So don't go back in the house.
But no, you're right. That's one of the biggest things.
Yeah, right. Go in the house. Go put some lotion on.
Have a whole killer male. One or two females. Average.
My bad, y'all. Who jump?
Nah, you all
go jump. Okay. Go put some lotion on. And go tell mom to put some aquaphor on your leg.
I don't care about that.
You don't care.
I don't care about that.
Aquaphor your leg.
Hey, keep it at 100. Keep it at 100.
My dog jumped on and scratched her leg. She's talking about, I don't care about that. Oh, she's so tough, man. God,
like, I'm good.
I'm trying to keep her skin straight. She's talking about, I don't care about that, girl.
Man, but in the head, and that's the whole thing. We're trying to make sure we got a good, healthy supply in our collection of females. Even to the point where we have females that we don't even breed every year. Just something there that's nice, where we're working on being able to grow stuff out and replace those females, keep moving forward, with the collection, pushing the industry, if you can, but definitely pushing your collection at minimum.
Right, exactly.
Well, same thing me and Tim were just talking about, same thing. Just trying to create those opportunities where you can fill your tub quality and not just something running.
My goal in the next 5 years to have every snake in my collection be from my collection. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of my breeding females, I want them all to be my females that I produce. I don't want to, that's just my goal. I want to look at my tub and see my own creation, my vision in my tub. You know what I'm saying?
Get that 7 to 10 generations in,
man, for real. You know what I mean? For real. I got some females here that's from my first collection. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had their moms. I think I had I had their moms and their grandmothers. You know what I'm saying? Like I still got them. I got one import female that I got from Outback years and years ago, man. She like 4,000 grams. I still ain't bred that damn snake. Well, I ain't got a clutch from her, but she just sitting in my rack, man. And she big as I don't know what. She pretty too, man. She got a big old stripe down her back, crazy blurred pattern. And
she never produced for you?
I only bred her twice. I only tried to breed her twice, and I just be like, oh man, whatever. I kind of be like, I got other stuff to do. I ain't fooling with you, you know. I gotta have the space. I gotta have the space to keep her babies to really work the price.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So see, that's his homie. See, he come back.
The homies that came back.
It's like three of them now. It's like three of them. I don't know where they're coming from. I had a big one out here. I had a big hive out here, like right above my head. I knocked it down because I come out here and smoke, and so I knocked it down, and I sprayed them. I sprayed for them, man, but I don't know where they at now. They must have regrouped. Shit, they got here today.
They coming back.
Back up.
I'll be all right, baby. Daddy got something about this. I'll be all right.
So Tim, you got anything else you want to add up on the morph market this week? Got anything else?
I got tons of nothing really new. Well, actually, I think we got that original chocolate clutch that I was showing you. It was a Blackhead Ultramel to Pastel GHI chocolate. I think her babies, the first clutch, that stuff should be ready to go up probably maybe the end of this week. I want to get another meal into them, but they're right around that like 4 to 5 meal range. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some stuff. Some stuff going. This month coming up, I got like a clutch. It's like a clutch every other day that's gonna be happening. I think it totals around like 40 animals.
I don't know what you're smelling.
So
busy.
Yeah, May's gonna be pretty busy for me.
Dang.
And then
how many more clutches you got?
Huh?
How many more clutches you got, Darren, coming in?
Oh, I got 3 females that have gone through their ovulation, so I got another, 45 days.
Mm-hmm.
So that should be 3 females coming up.
Dang.
Yeah.
We get like every week, every other day. Just look at you. We're gonna see what happens. How many more clutches you expecting this year?
Man, nothing. I just finished. I work for a railroad, man. So I just finished my training to be an engineer, and so I had to take a break. You know what I'm saying? I had to focus on my actual career. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of chilled out. I just been feeding my snakes, man. I got some females that go later in the year, so I might pair them. I might do like 2 or 3 pairs, but I ain't doing nothing really. But next season, y'all better be watching because it's coming. I got a bunch of stuff that's ready to go. They just sitting there, 1,800 grams females that didn't grew up. They 2-3 years old now. They 2,000 grams. Man, they just ready to be. I could breed them now, but I don't have the time to like focus on it. So I just finished my training like a couple weeks ago. So I'm done with that, and I'm gonna start getting back on it. That's why I was jumping on these lives, man. That's why I jumped on that one with Antoine because I kind of been MIA. I ain't really been doing that with the snakes. I was trying to
next year.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's going down. It's going down next year. Next season going down.
I feel it's different, right? When you go through and you like just take that year off to take a chill back, and you just feeding on them animals, you just pumping them girls up.
Mm-hmm.
That next year after that, man, that's like I don't know. I feel like that's just the best odds they've had. A couple years off. They've already been feeding. Everything's primed, like it's their first time going again.
Yeah, what happens is every single one of those females you end up breeding end up going that season.
Yeah. They all go.
They all go.
Well,
it's
a
trip.
I started doing that. Like, so I would only give a female. Like, I'd let a female go 3 years in a row, and then they'd have 1 to 2 years off, and just start switching back. And we're getting ready to be in the same boat that he is. Like this year, probably over the last year, we've probably liquidated around 100 animals that were adults. But like this year, we probably max out at like maybe 13 to 15 clutches. But next year, I'm already on track. Next year with what'll be ready to go, we could do like 50 clutches.
Dang. Yeah, you're gonna have to get that rodent building up ASAP.
Dude, it's like that's the goal by the end of the year. Like, I'm kind of happy that we kind of slowed back on shows. Like, I still do the local shows, but I'm not putting as much into it as I expected I would, just to try to get that rodent production and like the concrete pad and everything done before the end of the year. Because I know next year, like I said, I'm trying to I want to clear the 30 range. So, you know, I know that's probably going to be close to like 200 to 300 babies.
Right.
And look here. I had 15 clutches 1 year, and I was like, boy, this going crazy.
We just did that. Like I did it was 17 clutches, but it was over 120 some babies. Yeah, and I was like, man, like, bro, I was doing tub swap outs. I was selling one, another baby was going in.
I already know.
It's the year we had the year we had the freeze here, right? I live.
Was that 2020 or 2021?
I think 2021, man. So I live by the medical center, right? And so my power was only out for a couple hours. So it came right back on. And so everybody brought their snakes to my house. Everybody had their snakes in my house, a bunch of people. So I was like, all right, bet. Man, and so some of them, I ended up keeping some of their snakes. I bred everybody's snakes. Everybody's snakes went. All my parents went, all their parents went, and it was that year. And I'm telling you, man, at the lowest, I think the temperatures, the lowest they got before I started doing something to warm them up. I had just got home from work, and I fell asleep. I said, well, I'm gonna check on when I get up. Because the power, my wife was like, oh, the power just went out. So I temp gunned everybody before I went to bed. They was like 82 degrees still. I was like, oh, it'll be all right until I wake up. So I laid down, went to sleep. By the time I got up, them jokes was like 52.
Oh shit!
Man, they were like 52 degrees. So me and my kids, my kids, I said, everybody, me, my kids, and my wife, we all sit down. I put them in individual tubs. We just start putting them in our shirts, man, like on our body heat. Then once I warmed them all up, once I got them kind of warmed up from there, I put them all in the tub and I wrapped them up in a bunch of blankets, man, just covered them up with blankets, just piled them on top of the blankets. And so I got it to stay about 70 something, like without piling all their blankets up. And then my power came back on shit. And it was like 20 minutes, so I did all this shit for nothing. Then I warmed the house back up, but I put everybody back. In their tubs and they shit. They was good, man. And then, but that season though, that was my best season, like far as egg production. Like everybody went, man. I ain't had one snake up here not go that season. Dang. So I said, so that's why I gave me an idea. I need to, and I was listening to man, I can't remember his name. It's the Canadian breeder, and he has that maple gene. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Oh, maybe Will or no?
Not Will. Not Will. No. He's an older breeder.
The one that started the HRA. What's his name?
Yeah. Corey is his name.
Corey Woods. Corey Woods.
Yeah, so Corey Woods, I followed. We friends on Facebook, so I was reading on his post, and he was saying how once a year I think he like cools his down.
Yep, he turns off the heat for like 2 months.
Yeah, and it gets really cold. And it was another breeder. He was on a podcast. He's an older breeder. He does the same thing. I said, man, I'm gonna try that. And then he don't even feed them. Yeah. He don't even feed his girls, right? He don't even feed his girls during that time. He just cool them down. He don't feed them. Then when they come out of it, he gives them he just starts giving them big meals, like big meals. Boom, 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 just pound them up. And they go every season for him. I think that break from eating, I think that allows them to, whatever they have to do inside their body to kind of take a break, kind of calm down, because they're not working so hard to digest all their food. Right. And it help them to go, man. So I don't do it to the full extreme is that, but I do cool them down, and I might start feeding like every 2 weeks or something like that,
Mm-hmm. I've never tried that. I still feed all year round, but what I have done is, because of I have my little snake room, right? So if I close the door during the wintertime, that temperature stays up high, Right. But if I open the door, it drops temperature, and I notice that all my females go. If I don't, and I close that door, none of my females will go.
That's wild.
Because the ambient temperature is already too high.
So high. Yeah. You have them on heat tape also?
I have them on heat tape.
Yeah, so now they 80-something degrees in the front, 90-something degrees in the back. They ain't got no escape from it, man.
See, that's why I learned a few years ago, man. We had the same thing happen with the power outage, and we kind of I started lowering on my temperatures. Like, I think my hot spots on my breeder girls is probably like 85, 86.
Yo, man,
and like I lost, like how you G was saying, you know, when it comes down to it, like I used to keep my males on the top of the racks, and like I started having issues after issues, just bad clutches, everything like that. And then it's funny that he mentioned the Barker with the post. That's funny. That I remember seeing that post years ago about the temperature thing. And the Barkers, there's some people that you can really gain a lot of knowledge from. And like we started doing the same thing. I tested out like year by year, just dropped the temperatures and stuff. And I don't have none of them problems. I wish I could have the balls to go to ambient. I don't want to do. I can't do that though. There's too much.
It's way easier than having heat tape.
It is, and like I've lost a collection due to a house fire and stuff. So like, I really would love to be able to get away from like heat tape, thermostats, all of that. But at the same time, like Maryland, see, like you being in Texas, I think that's like it's pretty probably easy for you to do. Same thing with like Cali. Cali's a little bit warmer, but like us in Maryland and Will, you know, in the Carolinas, like sometimes, man, we'll just get them freaking winters where it's just like there's nothing that I would be able to do.
The lowest we get is like maybe I might hit 28, 29. That's about it.
I'm about to log off.
Yeah, that's about it. Otherwise,
we be getting like
that's about the same with us. We get about 28, 29.
Yeah, see,
we had them
the
off
highest.
Days, we got those off days. We'll go like 16, 20 or something like that. But usually it ain't going that low at all.
Right.
We get 113. I think is the hottest it gets here.
Y'all can have that.
Have
that.
113. Yeah, but that's not like Arizona. Arizona gets hotter than that. But that's a high.
Bro, I thought I was gonna
die. I ain't going outside.
I thought I was gonna die when I went to San Antonio. Nope.
Yeah,
it's hot, boy. Man, I work outside, so man, Jesus, boy, I had to. One day it was like 100 and some degrees, and then the heat coming off that middle, coming out the middle from the cars, from the train cars. God damn.
Hey, man! I'm not starting an OnlyFans. Get out of here, guys. I see you guys in the comments. I just been trying to block him out. Like, he said if he started, I'm in. I'm buying in. Shoot, I guess it's gonna be better than my Patreon. If I start OnlyFans.
Sloan Morse
OnlyFans with some snakes too.
I know, with a snake right in there. Oh Lord.
Oh man.
This game is crazy.
If I'm mistaken, them all dudes asking for your OnlyFans too.
Yeah. I didn't know I had those type of fans.
No judgment.
Hey, no Diddy over here. No Diddy over here, man.
No
I'm good.
No Diddy, my boy. Hey. Boy, he salivate. God.
He's stupid.
I saw Miggy's comment earlier, but I kind of blew past it. But Miggy, man, we need to get that cypress mulch. We need to get the cypress mulch over here. Get that truck with a.
That's thing with you guys, man. Like,
Darren, AKA.
Like, start teaming up with people that you got local. Like, I mean, Darren, you're close to Miggy and stuff, man.
Right now, man, I'll tell you this. Just in my area, I met from doing these lives. I probably met about 5 or 6 different people that are within 10 minutes from me that I didn't even know were even in the game because I've been just in a hermit doing my own thing, not really worrying about everything. But I found out that there's more people closer to me, so it's big. It's big. I mean, I can even hit them up for rodents. They breeding their own rodents too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we tried to do that. We started doing that in Maryland because, I learned a lot of that stuff from Bob. Like, I love how Bob has the community in Georgia. Like, holidays, just random things. Like, he invites everybody. Everything's open. Everybody can come over, hang out. And it's like, we have a few people in Maryland, and people are like, well, why don't you do that? It's like, dude, it's just stuff like that doesn't happen here. Like we can get a couple people, but like we have a lot of people in Maryland that are pretty well known breeders, but it's nobody's in that like tight knit group, and it's like, man, that kind of sucks. Like if everybody wants to plan something, get something together, like join up. I mean, there's so much benefit that you can do from it, especially with like Cypress. Mm-hmm. You get people that need bedding and don't want, it saves everybody money. Just go in, have 5 or 6 people go in on a pallet, boom.
He was talking about doing 11 pallets, and then we just all go in on those, which sounds like a deal to me. I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm with
it.
God damn,
we do that too, man. We come together. That's how we do with JT with Reptilez. That way we get a cheaper price, man. You come together and just get that cheap. You get a cheaper price because we'll buy like 20 blocks for X amount of dollars. He give us a good discount, and he just around the corner from the house.
Right.
Oh.
That's for real.
That's a better deal.
Well, shoot, at that 2-hour mark, we're gonna start wrapping this up. I appreciate everybody spending some time this Sunday.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate for the invite.
Cool having you on. Cool having you guys on. Both you guys.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Nice to meet you, brother. Nice to meet you.
Absolutely.
Darren, put your shirt on.
Nice to meet you, Tim.
I'm in my house. It's warm.
Put your shirt
I'm good.
On,
I'm good. We hitting 80 today. It's hitting 80 degrees here today, so I'm good.
I'm telling you, bro. Don't forget me.
I don't think.
I need that.
Yeah.
I don't think these guys can handle you having your shirt on for another 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know, right?
Damn, we're talking about you starting OnlyFans. All
right. Exactly.
Everybody stopping by, checking in. We'll be back on here another 2 weeks on the show. We'll have some other talking topics as well, and we just really